4 ways to torture a narcissist. Number 1, you need to go no contact. Be quiet. Don't be sending them long paragraphs. Don't be blowing their phone up, telling them what they did wrong, how they hurt you. I promise you, they do not care. Don't be on social media sharing subliminal posts, crying. They thrive off of your misery. So you have to do the complete opposite. Even though you're hurting, you feel betrayed, and you're in pain, you have to be silent. Number 2, you need to set healthy boundaries. If you have kids, that means you need to go low contact, okay? So it's yes, no, or it's all about the kids. It's what he posted online and what you doing in your life should never be brought up in a discussion. You should not be looking at his social media. You need to make sure you block him and don't look. Because he's going to post his new supply to make you mad. Okay, she don't know she dealing with a narcissist. It's not your job to warn her. It's just gonna backfire in your face, and they're gonna think you're jealous and you bitter. So you be quiet and you don't look at what he doing online. Okay, because this is his moment right here to try to break you. Okay. Number 3, this is where you fix things about yourself that you don't like. If you're overweight, you want to lose weight. Okay, you want to prioritize beauty and fitness. You want to become the best version of yourself. Like, you want to become unrecognizable. See, when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you lose yourself. Your beauty is affected by that. You gain weight, you become unrecognizable. When you are under demonic oppression, you are not the best version of yourself. And that's why I tell women, when that narcissist leave your life, don't try to fight for him to come back, because good things are about to happen for you once he exits your life. You are literally breaking covenant with a demon. Somebody who has a reprobate mind, someone who has no empathy. They don't care that they hurt you. They robbed you. They betrayed you. They're embarrassing you. They don't care that they made you a single mother and you got to find a way to pay these bills by yourself. They don't care. That's why I say release that demon out your life, because he's blocking your blessings. Great things and opportunities are going to come your way when you let go. Don't fight it. Before, learn a new skill set. It's time to boss up. Learn something that can generate you money. Okay, because the goal is to become out of his league. You're going to do that when you prioritize beauty and fitness. Okay, but the next thing is you want to really boss up. It's going to torture the narcissist because you show him that life got better after he left, and he wanted to finish you off and destroy you. He wanted you to believe that you were nothing without him. So when he stalk your social media and he look at you prospering and doing way better, right? It's going to eat him alive. He's going to stalk you for the rest of his life. It don't matter what girl he with, he's always going to compare them to you, and they're going to always be punished because they're not you. I'm telling you, when the narcissist realized that you were the best he ever had, now he's embarrassed. He's ashamed. And every woman after you, he's going to cause them to suffer. He's going to compare them to you, and he's going to stalk you so much that she's going to start stalking you and trying to be like you to please him. But she's going to always fall short because she's not you. And the reality of it is this: the narcissist don't like you either. You just remind him of how he failed at finishing you off. That's what you did. That's how you torture the narcissist. You become the best version of yourself, and you never look back. And always put God first. Because God will take you to places and he will blow your mind. I mean, y'all heard my testimony. If you would have told me a few years ago that this was on the other side of my heartbreak, that I would be riding in my Rolls Royce, living in my house, got a prospering business. If you would have told me that was on the other side of my betrayal, I wouldn't have tried to fight so much for clarity and understanding.
Yo, listen, the number one question that I get is, how do you deal with the narcissist? Well, I'm about to give you the game. 2 things that you do. You do this, and I'm telling you, your life will change when it comes to that. First one is you be quiet. That's right, y'all. Be quiet. Listen, For a narcissist, they have to have the energy of the arguing, of the back and forth, of you popping off, of you saying little things, of you being passive aggressive, of you talking about them to other people, and then it gets back to them. That lets them know that they are winning, that what they're doing is working. When you are quiet and you just don't say nothing, y'all, it eats them from the inside out. They literally begin to go crazy in their mind because they feel like your quiet is saying that they're not successful, and that is not possible for them in their mind, that they're not successful. But your quiet is going to help you win because they're losing. They're not getting what it is that they want. And the second thing, y'all, be successful. Narcissism hates success. When you are not successful in a narcissist's mind, it is saying that it is because of them that you are not successful. Listen, 9 times out of 10, your success has nothing to do with that person. But from a narcissistic mindset, it says that it has everything to do with them. So you go and you be successful. You win at life. You be happy. Don't allow their energy to destroy you or control your energy. And I promise you, you will not have any problems out of a narcissist. This is the thing too. The third thing, you leave. Really, that's the first thing. But if you can't leave because you're not in an intimate relationship with them, right? You work with them, or they're family members, or somebody you have to interact with every day for whatever reason, I'm telling you, you be quiet and you just be successful.
Gina Chumesi here, your favorite psychness practitioner, coming at you again with another video highlighting toxic, narcissistic, high conflict type relationships, and with a little touch on recognizing in this particular video sadist, narcissist, sadist, malignant narcissist. The key to this personality presentation is that they derive joy from seeing you suffer, from seeing you dysregulated, from seeing you getting twisted into a pretzel and all of that, because you're a people pleaser and you want to make good the relationship, especially if it's a long-term relationship, if it's a marriage, if it's a relationship that you have kids together. You're just trying to have some type of reasonable momentum in regards to different things like pickup times, or how finances are allocated, or bill payment, or heavy lifting with the kids, or parent-teacher conference, or going to groceries, like everyday things, groceries, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, where do we get help from, how do we save, but things that just like a lot of time, because these people are very into controlling you, because you are just the best target for them, because you're rattled up so easily because of your own anxious attachment, because of your own childhood stuff that maybe you're working on healing, and if you're healing, you're still in that very touchy space, or you're experiencing a lot of overwhelm, and there's many days that you're just not okay. Like I say all the time, sometimes it's okay to not be okay. But this person, if you know and notice that personality type, and you're in relationship with that, they are not a great resource for you to open up about the fact that you're overwhelmed or because they're just going to weaponize that and make it even worse for you, and perpetuate more anger, more irritability, more resentment, more of all the negative emotions, because they're going to gaslight you. They're going to make you question your own reality constantly. They're going to make you feel like you are the crazy one, all with the end goal to continue to push you down, to run you down to the ground, to minimize you. Your personhood is very insidious, to make you feel constantly less of yourself. Other people see you like, oh my God, you're such a beautiful girl. You're so outspoken. They're like, oh no, don't listen to them. I don't even know why people came to see you. I don't even know why your work, they didn't give you this promotion. I don't even know, in very subtle way, maybe not even the way I say it, but they derive joy in seeing you cry. They will literally destroy your birthday, your special days. They will alienate you from your friends, from your family. They will badmouth close people to you in order to keep you pinned to them. And if you're that type with healing stuff or stuff that you still need to heal from or haven't healed from, or you yourself are in a space where maybe you're not started the journey of awareness of what's happening to you, you might think that you are the problem, that something is wrong with you, and you will take on this role of like the savior, trying to let them see. But the whole time, they're not going to see. The more you try, the more they catch us. This seesaw, it's like you go up and then you go down. You go up and then you go down. It's like, or like you're just like on this wheel. You're like, sometimes it's like fast and sometimes slow, and they slow you down. And then while you're slowed down because you're just being so fast, and all of a sudden, just imagine it. Fast and then slow, or zigzag. You know the saw that has the zigzag at the edge of it? You feel literally crazy all the time. You feel dizzy. You're like, oh, what just happened? Like, did I hear you right? What did he say? And then he said, oh, I didn't say that. What do you mean? You need to go get help. Like, you need to go see somebody, because I think you're losing your mind. I think you're crazy. I think you have a problem. Like, you really have a problem. Like, they will say things like that to you. They'll say like, oh my God, you're just always full of it. Like, are you on your period? Like, you need to go seek some help. Like, what is the matter with you? Like, did you not sleep well last night? Oh, I think you need to go take your pills. Did you take your meds today? Like, what's the matter? And you might not even be on your meds, but they might start to make you feel like you need to take meds, or they know the med that's on the counter, it's a vitamins, but they might say something alluding to the fact, oh, you're taking that medicine, how that makes your crazy go away. Now they're going to make you feel like you're crazy. I mean, they're saying this, sometimes they're laughing or they're smiling what they say. You're like, this is not funny. And you are overwhelmed already because you're doing all the work, the right work that need to be done with yourself or with the kids or whatever is going on. But that they're like, no, saying, oh my God, how can I help you? Do you need any help? Do you need me to take anything off your plate today? Or like tomorrow I'm going to do X, Y, Z just so you can rest a bit. No, they're not offering you that. Or anyway, they're like acting cold, distance. They're stonewalling if you're like, what's going on? They're going to like throw it out like, oh my God, 2 days ago, didn't you remember you did da-da-da-da? They're going to just deflect from the matter in front of you and completely go to something that happened like a decade ago and start reveling on that. And you're like, all of a sudden you're having an argument on something that happened years back, and you're like, oh, all of a sudden you're like caught up in that, trying to defend yourself constantly and crying, stressed out. You don't even realize in that moment how your body is in stress mode, and the matter at hand just it's not resolved. And you're like, oh, and then you go back to my like, oh my God, that matter never got resolved because we got caught up in 10 years ago issue because he deflected you. You didn't even realize that moment he deflected. You're like, are you recognizing how this sadist literally is weaponizing your vulnerability? This is a quick and easy way to deal with someone with high conflict, narcissistic, toxic personality type is to set a boundary. And what do you say? What you say? What do you mean by that, Gina? Gina Chumesi here, psych nurse practitioner, here to highlight a few other ways toxic personalities can manipulate, control you, and present in your life. So set boundaries, for example, hey, I need you to show up at 1 o'clock to get the kids. This is when we are, especially with that person who might not be consistent in your life, especially if you have children with them. So you set that time, they ignore it, didn't acknowledge or acknowledge it, and then the day off, they want to change the time or just be lackadaisical about it. You'll be like, yeah, no, I said one, we agreed on one, and that's what it is. If not, we can reschedule for another time. You see how I said, don't suck into them, don't get emotional. You say what you say. You might have to block them for a few minutes, but it will save you your sanity. Okay, love you, bye.
What makes someone a narcissist? People tend to throw that word around often. Like if someone breathes the wrong way, they're being called a narcissist. There's 9 specific criteria that we therapists use to actually diagnose someone with a narcissistic personality disorder. So if you believe that you or someone that you know is a narcissist, stick around for this video. Here are 9 of the traits that someone would need to be considered for NPD, and they only need 5 of the 9, so get your pen and paper and start writing down the ones that feel familiar. Number 1 on the list. Narcissists are exploitative. Simply put, they take advantage of others. More importantly, they do this to meet their own needs. So they'll do things like use you without caring that it's breaking you in the process. They won't care that they tend to make you feel little as long as it can prove that they are right or the better person. Number 2, they lack empathy. Narcissists will refuse to put themselves in your shoes. Oh, I hurt you? Get over it. Or you're going through something? Well, so am I. It's not that they struggle to empathize, they are simply unwilling to recognize the emotions and needs of others. Number 3, they have a grandiose sense of self. Even though they're inconsiderate and step on people to get what they want, they still believe they're great. This can look like victimizing themselves. What did I do? How could you be mad at me? Whatever I've done to you, you should get over it. Regardless of what they do to you, you still have to love them. They also just be lying. They'll exaggerate their achievements or the things that they've done for you because in their head, they genuinely believe that they're just that great. Either way, their goal is to be recognized as superior. Number 4, they need excessive admiration. They need to feel admired, and this doesn't always look like, oh, tell me I'm pretty. Covert narcissists might lie and exaggerate stories, anything to get you to side with them, anything to seem admirable. And if they don't do this to you, they may do this in the presence of others. An overt narcissist will just skip all the lying and talking in circles and adding stuff to the stories. They'll just flat out expect people to fuck with them, regardless of who they are. Just, y'all need to fuck with me. If you want to know the difference between a covert narcissist and an overt narcissist, click the link in my bio to get the ebook. Because narcissists present in different ways, so knowing the type of narcissist that you are involved with is just as important as watching this video. Number 5, they believe that they're special. Narcissists do not believe that you really get them. No matter how much you let them know that you love them or are there for them, they just will never believe that you could really relate. Because deep down, they believe that they're better than you. So how could you possibly relate? They only believe that they could be understood by important people. If you have something to complain about, they'll automatically be like, of course they do. Of course they're complaining. They just don't get me. They can never get me. They also only respect people that they believe are better than them. So if you're dealing with a narcissist and they don't respect you, it may be because they believe you're not special enough. Number 6, they are preoccupied with fantasies. This one might be hard to identify on the outside, but they pretty much live in delusion. They can be so delusional that they'll completely ignore the fact that everyone around them is like, hey, you're a little toxic. Can you stop now? They genuinely just dwell in the idea of having power and brilliance and just knowing it all. So despite the chaos that they create on the outside world, they still think they're the GOAT. Number 7, they are envious. I always say at the core of a narcissist is insecurity. The only reason why an individual would have to have a grandiose sense of self is if their identity was threatened at one point. So basically putting themselves first is a defense mechanism. With that being said, because of their insecure identity, they tend to envy people. So if they're giving you a tough time, they most likely envy you too. And I know in your mind, you're thinking, well, I don't have anything that they should envy me for. But since they live in a fantasy, in their mind, they've already come up with 100 reasons why they should. Number 8, they are extremely entitled. Narcissists usually have unreasonable expectations and they expect you to meet them. If they tell you to do something, you best to do it. If you refuse to behave how they expect, this is when we see manipulation start to come in. They'll either gaslight you into doing it or they'll shame, neglect, or avoid you for not doing it. You'll pretty much get punished for not being how they want you to be. And last but not least, they are simply just arrogant. No matter what they do, how they behave, how inconsiderate they may be, they still believe they are that guy. If you haven't already, click the link in my bio to get the ebook on narcissists, types of narcissists, how to deal with them in relationships, all that. Do your homework, y'all. Stay safe out there and follow me for more therapy content. Okay, love you, bye.
You might be dating a narcissist. Here are the signs, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, it's tagged in the caption. And to everyone that commented on the first part saying that they realized that their partner was a narcissist or they were in love with one, I'm so sorry. But here we go. Sign number 5. They want to be the center of your universe. This means they're going to do everything in their power to manipulate you and separate you from your loved ones, whether that be acquaintances, friends, best friends, and even family members. They'll say things like, oh, I don't think you should hang out with them. You've fallen in with the wrong crowd. Those people have changed you. Your best friends aren't a good influence on you. You can do better. Why do you talk to those guys from work? I really don't think your mum and dad have your best interests at heart, but I do. They'll literally try and create a wedge between you and all of the people that care about you in your life. So you only have them to go back to and they have more power over you. The narcissist will make it seem like everybody else in your life, in your circle, is the problem when really it's the narcissist. Sign number 6, you are now the villain. They are going to pick at little situations and blow them up into big arguments to try and illustrate all of the flaws in your character and why you are the bad partner. This is to constantly make you feel guilty and make you feel like you're so lucky to have someone that puts up with you because you're such a bad girlfriend/boyfriend. They might even say these bad things about you to their family or their friends. So when problems arise in your relationship, nobody believes you. Everybody thinks that the narcissist is a saint. They are a master manipulator and making sure everybody else thinks they're an amazing person when really you know the true colors of their character and their abuse. Sign 7, they will gently critique you to slowly destroy your self-esteem. Their goal is to make you as insecure as possible because if you're insecure, you're going to cling to them more for approval, for validation, to feel beautiful, etc. So it might start with, are you sure you're gonna wear that? I think you should wear less makeup. Or they might even make up lies and say, you know, my friend thinks you wear too much makeup, to try and just pick at you and destroy your confidence. They might make small comments to try and insinuate that you're stupid, but really this is just a big ploy to make themselves look bigger and better and like a shiny reward that you have to earn to be with. Sign number 8, narcissists are pros at gaslighting. Any issue you try and bring up, or if you say, you know, I don't like the way you spoke to me or the way you did this, normal things to communicate when you have a problem with your partner in a relationship, they will make it out like you're crazy. You always start arguments, you're always nitpicking me, you're always critiquing me, and they will flip the argument on you. So now that they're the victim, they completely avoid taking any responsibility for their own mistakes. And now you're the bad one because you brought this issue up. Future faking. Probably from the moment you met this narcissist, they're going to say things like, I want to marry you, you're my soulmate, I've been waiting my whole life for you, you're the perfect person for me. And throughout your relationship, they will start building up a future with you, creating this whole fantasy in your head of what your lives will look like together. In reality, this narcissist will drop you at any second without any feeling.